Okay, hello and welcome to lesson 3 of functions, topic 27. Now, in the previous lesson we looked at this, the composite function bullet point. We're going to continue looking at that because there's a second part to it. So your title again will be composite functions, this time including numbers, so we're going to substitute in numbers. So essentially it's a combination of the first lesson and the second lesson, okay? So, we've got two functions again. And this time we've got a composite function. This is our question, a composite function, but we also need to substitute a number, in this case 2, into the composite function. Now there are two ways to do this. There is a kind of a quicker way and a slightly slower way. Now it's important you make sure you really listen to these two methods because one of them might make more sense to you than the other. There's certainly one that I would prefer you use, but the choice is yours. So, the first option is to do what we did in the previous lesson, which is to work out what f of g of x is first of all. So to work out that composite function. So to do that, we would put g into f. So we replace x there with x squared, so you get 5x squared minus 2. You would then substitute 2 in where x is. So f of g of 2 would be 5 times 2 squared minus 2. Now remember in big maths means we need to square that first. So that's going to be 4 times the 5, 20, take away 2, 18. So that's the first method. To find the composite function first and then substitute the number into it. Okay? Now I'm just going to get rid of this, so just make sure you pause the video and you've copied that down if you would like to. That's the first method. Now the second method is to do it bit by bit, because actually what we've got here is we can separate this into f of g of 2. Now g of 2 is something we can work out just by substituting 2 into g. So 2 into here gives me 4. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm saying f of g of 2, 2 squared is 4 here. So I've just replaced g of 2 with the number 4 by substituting 2 into here to get 4. And then f of 4, if I put that into here, I've got 5 times 4, take away 2, which gets me 18 that way as well. Okay? Now that's the second method, and that's the slightly quicker one. What I would say is it depends on how the question's structured, because if they've already asked you to work out the composite function, so if they've already asked you to work out f of g of x, and then the next part is to work out f of g of 7, well you may as well use that composite function that you've already got. But if the question is just something like this, well, I would do it using that second method. Okay, so substituting in first and then substituting in again to get my actual answer. So I'm going to be using the second method from this point on in the video, but if you want to use the first one, you're more than welcome to. You will get the same answer as we've seen. Okay, you'll get 18. But if I look at this, I want to do g of f of negative 1. Now when I put negative 1 in here, what I'm going to get is, negative 1 in here is 5 times negative 1, take away 2. So that's going to be g of 5 times negative 1 is negative 5, take away the 2 is negative 7. So now I need to work out g of negative 7, so that's going to be negative 7 squared. So negative 7 squared is 49. Okay, so 49 would be your answer there. So I'd like you to copy both of those down. As I say, whichever way you want to do it is fine. Personally, I prefer the substitution just because it is that bit quicker. Now, another example, we're looking at s of 2.5 this time. So we looked in the previous lesson at the idea of using the same letter twice. So all we're doing is we're substituting it into the same function twice. So this is going to be s of 2.5. Well, when I put 2.5 in here, I get 2.5 plus 3 is 5.5. 5.5 divided by 5 is 1.1. So I can write that as s of 1.1. Now, to get the end answer, I need to put 1.1 in here. So 1.1 plus 4 is 1.1 plus 3 is 4.3. 4.3 divided by 5 is going to be 0.86. So 0.86 would be your answer there. So I've put 2.5 in here initially, to get 1.1, and then 1.1 in here to get 0.86 as your answer. Okay, same sort of thing with this one. I'm going to put negative 10 into S first of all. So I'm going to get T of negative 10 in here. I'll just write this one out a bit more. So I want negative 10 plus 3 is negative 7. Divide by 5 is negative 1.4. And then I'm looking to put that into T this time. So that's going to be 2 lots of negative 1.4 take away 1. So that's 2 lots of, if I simplify that, minus 2.4. So that's going to be negative 4.8 is my answer for that one. So again, I'd like you to pause the video, copy down these examples. I've got one more example, which looks like this. Now, very occasionally, you will have to do a composite function where you've got 3 functions. It doesn't come up that often, but it has come up before. So U of 5, first of all. So I'd be looking to do U of 5. So I've got V of W of U of 5 is put 5 in where X is there. 5 take away 3 is 2. So I've done that so far. I'm then looking to do V of W of 2. So I'm looking to put 2 into W, so we're working from in to out every time. So 2 into W, W is here, so I'm putting 2 in here, so I've got 2 divided by 2 plus 2. Now 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 divided by 4, if I simplify that I get a half. So this is V of a half. And then finally, putting a half into V, so I'm looking to do a half squared there. A half squared is a quarter. And you can do these on a calculator just to check if you're not sure. The majority of questions you'll be practicing with our calculator questions. So please use your calculator if you need to. Now this final one here, we're looking at V of V of V of 2. So V of 2 first of all, I'm looking at V of V of V of 2 here is 2 squared, so 4. I'm then looking to put V back, then looking to put 4 back into V. So that's going to be 4 into V here is 4 squared, which is 16. And then finally, I'm looking to put 16 into V. So 16 into here, 16 squared is 256. So 256 is your answer there. Okay? So again, with this topic, you may well need to rewind the video, just listen to it again, copy down the examples. Please make sure you ask any questions you may have. Have a go at the practice questions, have a go at the GCSE questions, and email your teacher if you've got any issues. Okay, thank you.